SGL, welcome on in. If you're wondering why you're not seeing any intro right now, that's because I have made a slate. So my apologies for that. We're going to kick off very, very soon. As you can see right here, we got a busy schedule for you all. We have 3 matches running right now. 2 of them will be on stream. EM versus ECRC as your main game. KC Cauldron versus Dallas Burn in picture-in-picture. And EC Eternal versus Los Verdes is being played out right now outside of the stream. And then after those matches, we will be going into Axe and Rose versus EC Defiance to finish off Friday night and kick off the weekend. Now, I am not alone. With me in the commentary booth is Debit, who's happily stepped up to help us out here. Debit, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. I forgot I muted my mic for 1 sec, so my panic was not mentioned on stream, but you know, it's good to be here in the red zone, be a part of it, get to showcase everything. I don't really stream much of this stuff, so this is a good little intro into, you know, what we do behind the scenes.
Oh, speaking of behind the scenes, guys, see what we got in store for you right here. So, that on the right side in PIP, that is Debit setting that up. Yes, he has the KJ overlay set up. So you are going to get the full experience for that match as well, instead of a janky game overlay, whatever setup, right? It's going to be nice and clean. It's going to be super awesome as well for you all. We can't wait to get started. We're going to kick off right now, Debit.
Right now? Oh my gosh.
Yes, right now.
You know what? Might as well. It's time for me to send him, tell him to go in.
And get going. Let's go.
Let's see if I can do this thing right. Truly a scuff stream.
It is. It really is. Yep, and Fatality. Good to see you. Long time no see, Yep, by the way. Hell yeah, good to see you, bro.
Man, long time indeed. Good to see you in chat. Get to root on the boys. In KC as I have them over on my end. Maybe they could start out strong. They could at least hold their end right now. At least on the quick start, but you know, this EM Dallas Burn team has gone through a lot of changes in the past.
They absolutely have, and we are kicking off in the other game as well. Here we go. Sorry, I'm noticing a bit of an issue, so I'm just making sure this is all good.
Nope, no problem whatsoever.
There you go. We have to do it live.
Any problem whatsoever, there is nothing wrong.
No,
there's just
absolutely
nothing.
Not.
Everything is designed as could be. It's all perfect. Nothing is wrong. Just watch the Rocket League. Let's have some fun.
You know what's perfect right now? Both teams are 0-0, and we are going to be done with the first minute. I didn't think both matches would start off KG in this manner, but this is great to see. It goes to show you that even the teams that are placed lower in the table in the Premier can give a test to the top sides, and we're seeing that with Emerald City RC. Toad Death is back to his goal-scoring form. Look at how he controls the ball. Beats Indestructible, and Skyline could do nothing about it. Toad gives ECRC the lead against El Matador.
Man, you don't see flicks like that going in from that kind of distance out. What a powerful flick by Toad in a match where ECRC really need to get back on track. They have fallen far away in the standings, and they need this to, you know, jolt their season a bit.
And we can kind of say that about El Matador as well. After having a rough start themselves, they've started to climb up the table, putting themselves possibly in contention for the league title, and they're doing well in the SGL Premier Cup as well. So for them to slip up against ECRC will be absolutely damaging. They got to step up. They got to make sure they get this win so that they can keep up to pace with Timber's Army and Frontera Chrome.
Yeah, you got to keep pace with these top teams, but you also got to keep pace with that pass that got thrown into the middle. EMDB not able to defend that one. Smitty with a top sniped shelf over in the KC versus EMDB game, if you saw it over on the side.
Chat, let us know how everything's working, if the audio is good, if you could see the picture-in-picture game as well. If you want to see the picture-in-picture game, I can switch it so that we get that as the main view. Just give me the word. but both of these games are absolutely close right now. One interesting thing is the blue team is dominating in both games against their Dallas counterparts. EM Dallas Bird on the back foot, El Matador as well, but El Matador might be able to get an opportunity shot on net. Good save from Spanky, who is starting with Toad and Gojo. Utopia on the bench, and Utopia in chat as well. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, both these Dallas teams not off to a good start. Getting a lot of outplays right now. Maybe Fatality can put one on the board. Oh, he puts it a bit too high. Maybe the other Dallas side can get things going, but, you know, they gotta defend. They gotta work their magic against this ECRC side. It is looking, you know, very comfortable within their first game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing I've noticed, Devin, is we're not hearing any audio from your stream. So if you're hearing audio, it is only from ECRT versus El Matador. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of that.
Gotcha. Good to know. Totally planned.
But one thing I'd like to say is both blue teams, Cauldron and ECRC, are going with their strongest possible trio here. And then, you know, you see El Matador bringing that out as well. EM Dallas Bird, though, going without Caesar. Pico, David, Wicca, and Anomaly. You don't get to see that trio every time. Caesar has been ever present at EM Dallas Bird throughout the season. This is the first time they're playing a game one without him. Are you surprised by that?
Sometimes you can argue that, you know, it's surprising to see, but I've also seen this team rotate a lot. You know, they like to get Pico David his reps if he's around. I know it's not the, you know, the most standard thing to see him out, especially with Pico David on the field, but, you know, I think it's just a testament that, you know, this team really just loves to, you know, send out whoever on any given time period. It doesn't really matter, I guess, strength. But I think they're just going to try to make the most out of this game. And honestly, well, never mind. Commentary, I guess, thought curse says you may have thought they were going to be able to defend, but this play from Kansas City just ends up taking over as Smitty places that one top corner.
And what a placement that is. KC Cauldron looking slick, looking like they're back to their best. Last week they showed a bunch of good performances against, I'm trying to remember who they played. Timber's Army, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, in the cup.
And they looked pretty good, not gonna lie. Or no, was it? Yeah, it was Timber's Army, yeah. They did look pretty good. So to see them look this good against this kind of EM Dallas Bird team is no surprise. What I'm surprised by is they only scored 2. If you're a team with Pico David and you only conceded 2 against this KC Cauldron team, I would be kind of satisfied, not gonna lie. I'll be like, okay, there's something to build off of right now.
You know, maybe it's just the Pico David, you know, level up. Especially for a team this strong in Cauldron, which we have not seen a lot in recent times. Maybe it's just like, you know, let's get back to speed with it. Yeah, we haven't played in a bit. Let's use this as an opportunity to, you know, build up that chemistry again.
And speaking of getting back up to speed, ECRC take the lead. Toad wins the potential game winner with 5 seconds remaining. And Gojo puts the dagger on El Matador's backs. Game 1 goes to Emerald City RC.
Man, you just thought that EM had a sliver of hope. They needed the kickoff to go their way, but that was not the case. ECRC playing really well, and even just as you mentioned, put the dagger in that game. That'll be it for that game 1. They go up 1-0. The blue team on the other side's going up 1-0. It's time to look at a lot of stats on your screen.
Yeah, one thing we got to talk about is Pico David. 8 points? 8? Bro, I know it's Cauldron, but 8 points?
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah. Also, forgive me, the map is not switched.
It's okay. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Everything is good. It's alright. It's the Redemption Tour. Somebody's got to put up a hand. Pico David, you got to do it for game number 2 because we cannot be in the single digits. Time to get more than that against this KC side who is poised to take this in 3 at the current rate. But EM Dallas Burn, You know, Wicca's got something to say about that. It may take a little bit of a defensive stand for KC, but they're able to at least deliver the ball out for now, and it's literally scored on the counterattack.
Fatality having the easiest time right there. A free hit to the backboard, and then a free shot into an empty net. Anomaly trying to get back and recover, but to no avail. And as we kick off, after the KC Cauldron goal, we are also kicking off Game 2 in Sovereign Heights between ECRC, who won a massive Game 1 against this good El Matador team. An El Matador team that, by the way, has brought in their new recruit, Huey, who they brought in from EM Dallas Burn last week.
Yeah, the EM Dallas Burn legend, the 7th round pick himself, Huey, made the mid-season switch over to EM. Maybe give themselves a little bit of a push as they're used to seeing 4. But as you see on your screen, Smitty has made this 2-0 here for the Cauldron off of this air dribble and hitting it onto the ceiling.
Yeah, this is getting out of EM Dallas Burn's control right now. They're badly missing Caesar. Who knows where he might be, but what's for certain is he's not in the lobby right now. So those three, Pico David, Anomaly, and Wicca, have it all to do.
Yep, they got a lot of work on their hands right now. They're gonna have to put up so many hands. They're gonna have to cut so many things off mid, maybe get a little bit of controlled touches out, force a bad 50. That's how you tend to play whenever you're, I guess, down in some skill every now and then. You just try to force your opponent to make one bad touch or get a good little 50 on them, and next thing you know, maybe you got a chance going your way.
And that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep pushing, keep working, just keep playing your game. And something might fall onto your lap. You just gotta keep it going though. And Utopia, thank you for letting me know. I knew I forgot something. I forgot to update stream title. So everyone's still seeing Lasico Dose versus Frontera Chrome, which was a banger of a match, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to go and watch back that one because that was the deceiving match scoreline, but you got to watch it back for the content that actually happened. And oh my gosh, I thought that was going to be a pass goal there for EMDB. Unfortunately, Wicca cannot get a touch on that one. KC are able to escape for the time being. As you see on your screen, El Matador have got themselves a goal off through a little pop, and then we get to see a goal pop in just from midfield. The net is empty.
You don't get to see that all the time from ECRC as well, leaving their net open like that for a long shot from the midfield. And El Matador take advantage of that as well. Huey getting his first goal for El Matador, coming back to the team he was a big player for in Season 9. Might he push El Matador into a title chase?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we've seen other players go back to the teams where they just, built that foundation. I am speaking from experience on this one as, my team has just reacquired Albert Dequa onto the side, who has had pretty impressive campaigns in Rhode Island, but nothing like that 2023 campaign with us, so maybe a little bit of life can be gained for that. Same could be applied for Huey. And it looks like it's working out well until ECRC get that next goal through Toad on a little bit of a slot shot.
And that's Toad's third in 2 games. Toad, the sharpshooter, is back. We were waiting for that to come out of Toad Death. He's finally popping off again. And what better team to do that as well than El Matador?
Living open net right now. We're waiting for one person to touch the ball in KC, and it turns out to be Serrano who gets the last touch. I thought it was going to be fatality off of this one. And nope, we got demoed. Smitty goes for the flip. Nope. Serrano, you get the tap in. That'll make it 3 over here.
That's surely game set for KC Cauldron, right? That's game 2 in the bag for them, no?
It surely has to be. You'd think with like a minute and a half, the way they've controlled this game, it just has to be.
By the way, what's interesting to see is ECRC has gotten their confidence back despite facing a stronger El Matador trio right now. El Matador have tried so much to get those 50s and get themselves in the way of ECRC, but still the team in blue, the Seattle boys, bring themselves forward. Shot on net, off target from Toad, and a counterattack now going the other way. Luis setting it up for Huey. What a goal! El Matador from back to front, and El Matador take the lead with 1 minute 14 seconds to go.
Man, we just saw an impressive downfield approach from ECRC. Toe shot a little bit too high. Next thing you know, that's one of the quickest counterattacks I've seen, and early contender for goal of the week from El Matador. That passing play and then back to Huey, chef's kiss.
I can tell you, Huey's having a lot more fun playing Rocket League right now. Unfortunately for the EMDB boys, he wasn't having as much fun playing with them. He's thriving right now with this El Matador team, pairing himself with Luis and Gnostics, aka Indestructible, who now goes up, go for the air dribble. Gojo read that. Gojo intercepted. Cannot get the second touch, but he fakes Huey out. Open net! And he somehow gets it off target. He had enough boost to put it in. How does he miss that?
Oh man, you need those in that situations. You're close to 30 seconds left. You need to tie this game up and maybe force an issue right now. You can't give El Matador too much time on the clock to, start killing, because they're going to be really good at least getting the 50s. They'll send one person, but it's just a distraction. They're going to kill more time off the clock. You're going to need that quality to step up. Just as we're seeing right now, what a little pass to Gojo. Gets it done. We're back square.
And that is what ECRC needed, a pass into the middle to draw out El Matador and get that net open. Indestructible in no man's land. Huey too far back to react on time. Gojo gets the sharp finish. 2-2 with 10 seconds remaining. Might we see a good winner? El Matador's going for it, but great defending from Spanky to waste all that time and only restrict El Matador to one more chance.
My gosh, here, OT, game number 2. The series much more anticipated at this moment. Who's going to be the deliverer of the package here? Looks like ECRC want to make it for themselves. They get a good 50 out to start, but EM, they're going to want to control the pace of play here as well. They've been known to play good against this ECRC side. They have a thorn in them. They just have a little program that runs ECRC.exe and then somehow things work out. But you gotta wonder and see what adjustments they'll make in the meantime as we see them come back here in this game alone. They gotta carry it in. They cannot afford to go down. Oh man, you thought it might have been, but saved off the line at the last second.
Here we go! Oh my god! How did that not go in, Devin? Oh my god, what a lift from Luis! And it's one-on-one! Go do it full boost! Huey with not much in the tank! What a save from Huey! He pulls the rabbit out of the hat and prevents EM from taking a Game 2 loss! This overtime is still going!
Gosh, you thought that one was going to be in. Excellent defending here from Huey. They got one more to go for. It's a good little tap. We'll see if it ends up causing a little bit. Oh, what a bump. Huge 50 out too. It's just a one-on-one right now. We'll see if it's gonna work out to anything, but nothing at this time. Maybe EM can get a shot out. Oh, they can at least defend it away from ECRC for the time being. Oh, that's a whiff.
Oh, Spankiest boost. Oh, but look at Huey. Oh my goodness. Have you seen him play like that this season? He is pulling out all the stops. What a performance from Huey in this game too.
This is a player who knew he was going to the transfer portal immediately. He saw the light at the end of the tunnel. He was ready to go for this EM side at the moment, and he is showing it off so well. Not just his offense, but his defense especially.
And we can say the same about Spanky as well. A huge rock at the back, and also doing a great job going forward. Matter of fact, both teams are just doing so well defensively in this overtime right now. Getting the right touches, making sure they don't give the ball away to the opposition, bringing it forward and forcing the opposition to backtrack and get pinned back. And once we talk about this overtime, how about EM Dallasburn taking the lead? Anomaly with the first goal for the Dallas boys.
You look away for a second, you can literally forget that they scored on that net. Because it was quite literally off the kickoff, and they get the next one. Pico David has scored. Alert! Alert!
No! Lifts! Bumps! Somebody hit the ball! Pico David open net! I cannot believe Casey Cauldron conceded that against him of all people. Argless made fun of him for only getting 8 points in game 1, but now Pico David gets the goal against Casey Cauldron.
My goodness, and they go up 2 on KC Cauldron right now too. I know they have made a sub with Bunch coming in, And look
Oh my
at this,
God.
they've gone up 3 off of a pass to Wicca in mid.
Oh my God, while that happened, Spanky had an open net by a great pass from Gojo, and he couldn't get it in, and now he's back defending. I thought that was game 2 for ECRC, but this overtime is still going on.
Yeah,
God,
these
what
teams
a
do not
freaking
want to
night.
be the one that, you know, gives up that goal. It's not even playing, like, too defensively either. They're just playing defensively enough to, you know, get the touches necessary. Oh my gosh, I thought that one had a chance to go in. Unfortunately, Toad gets demoed.
Oh, what a
Shot
shot.
back. Could that be it? Oh my gosh, it's still out. It's
What
not
a
in.
save! And that was indestructible! Not 6, pulling up the rabbit this time! Insane defending from El Matador as we see Casey Cauldron get one back. Smitty getting the goal for the Sporting KC boys.
Yeah, one that you need back if you're KC. You're probably looking at those goals saying, nah, those are flukes. We need to get back to it right now. We can't let this thing go to more than 3 games right now. We're good to close it out.
And the overtime in game 2 is still going.
Oh!
It's winner after 4 minutes and 12 seconds. El Matador are back. They have tied the series at 1 apiece.
Man, you thought he was going to just shoot for the open net, but gets the pass off the backboard. Excellently delivered to Luis, who has the hard shot into the net. El Matador take game number 2, and we have a dead series over there. Man, what an overtime. That lasted nearly a full game.
God, that was absolute cinema. I mean it. Absolute cinema. What an overtime. Insane saves, big whiffs, great defending, great solo play, great team play. It had it all. It involved ECRC as well, by the way. ECRC, whenever they play like top teams, they really showcase the best that they have to offer. It's a shame they couldn't get this game 2 win because their performance deserved it. But likewise for El Matador, they stepped up big. And what a game. What a game 2. Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely needed, as we're seeing over in this game number 3. KC are trying to shut this one out. EM Dallas Burn just trying to stay alive. Well, they've only conceded 1 so far. So, you know, it's still looking up. They're draining some time. And now it's just like, how can we kill the rest of this without, you know, giving up a goal?
That's right. As we go into game 3 very soon, both teams are going in and we are kicking off immediately. No time to waste, no time to wait. Here we go. Lawler counts us down. What a piece. It is a best of 3 now. Who will be on match point? Toe death, booming it away after Luis dribbled it to the midfield. Huey, oh, that's an unfortunate miss. Gojo has to bail out, let it go to Luis. Spanky coming up with a good 50, but Luis beats him right there. Toad getting 2 big touches to pop the ball up and allow Gojo to take over, but he gives it to Huey, who puts it into the middle. No one is there for El Matador to get back. Luis has to take the more conservative approach, and it helps out because El Matador keep control of this game 3.
Yep, they had to take control. I thought Huey was going to get that deliverance, but we did get deliverance to Anom, who got the 4th goal here for EM Dallas Burn. Something I did not foresee happening. They end up getting another one and have a 3-goal lead against Cauldron, as we now see on our screen as ECRC have gotten their first here against EM.
And what a start that is for ECRC as well. Great pass yet again. Toad to Spanky. Huey overcommitted. Caught on the spot at no man's land. Couldn't get up quickly enough, and ECRC get the first goal. Might they get a second right now? Gojo all on his own. Huey, though, gets it out, but barely.
Yeah, just barely. You see on your main screen as we flip back over, KC has gotten another. You know, maybe there is enough time to pull this one back if they can at least get it to overtime. And chances favor KC here in this one. Also want to shout out Skyline for the 5 gifted in chat. Holy moly.
Oh my God, he done it and
And
he's
gifted a
done it
6th
again.
one.
And meanwhile, with all of that commotion happening, Spanky is now on a hat trick. He gets his second with a proper bounce finish. Gojo this time getting the assist. Spanky, the goal scorer, is here now. And he has propelled ECRC to a 2-goal lead in this critical Game 3. El Matador, failing to capitalize on the momentum they gained in Game 2, are off to a slow start and need to catch up.
Yeah, maybe that overtime in Game 2 drained them a little bit. Maybe just gotta, re-grease the wheels, see what's going on. But they're at least able to pull one back. Indestructible has, got one back through a nifty little shot. Nothing too powerful, but enough to at least get over Toad Death in the other part of the defense.
Now, one thing I want to mention about the other game real quick. You might have seen his name. We haven't really mentioned him at all. Funch did come in for Serrano, which is why Serrano was chatting during that Game 3. What I'm surprised about is, with Funch coming in for Serrano, somehow EM Dallas Burn had this good of a performance. Pico David pulling out 276 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 save. Incredible game from him, by the way. Probably his best performance ever in SGL.
Yes, for certain, and they're gonna need all the stops right now. Because, if you give a little bit of life to this Dallas Burn team, you never know what they could pull out. They're full of surprises, especially with KC running 4 strong. I mean, they do have their strongest lineup yet to go, and so it's only a matter of time before we probably see, the full team back in here with this game number 4.
One thing I want to highlight as well about EM Dallas Burn, they have yet to get swept this season. And they are keeping that streak going, by the way. An incredible job by them. Despite only winning 1 match, they have yet to get swept. And that is incredible to see, as we see an incredibly even Game 3 right now, but it's still 2-1 to ECRC. Can El Matador get themselves back in? They have 2 minutes left. They have all the time, but ECRC are looking very confident at the back.
Yeah, they're looking really confident, but as you mentioned, a lot of time to score a goal, and they get that second here through Indestructible, who lays that down, puts it into the bottom, and just gets the slightest of touches down to that one, off the post and in.
He barely kissed that ball, too. You just saw a slight touch on it to put it down at the bottom corner. The perfect placement with Spanky up there as well. And we see Indestructible and Spanky both on 2 goals, both on a hat trick. It is tied at 2-2. Might we see the third? Gojo comes in to get the third with another Toad Death assist. Look at that improvisation right there to get to the ball. Huey not ready for it. Leaves an open net. And his over-committing once again puts El Matador on the back foot.
Yeah, it's a little bit used to like the old ECRC we're used to seeing. A lot of the passing plays coming out, being first to the ball, you've got to be quicker than that if you want to defend against it. And, that tie was short-lived. They at least got a minute and a half to kill for this El Matador team that is definitely not going to give up. So you got to keep it going. Over in the other series, 2 games have been scored already here in this game number 4, 30 seconds in. And I'd like to announce that Caesar has actually made his presence known, but in game number 4.
I don't know if that was an intended approach from Caesar to sit out and wait, but after that Game 3 win, I guess he could come in and potentially set up for a reverse sweep, because this EM Dallas Burn side is coming to play, and they don't want to go down without a fight. And speaking of not going down without a fight, ECRC is doing the same. El Matador keeping themselves into it as well. As we enter the final 30 seconds of Game 3, in ECRC versus El Matador, it is 3-2 to Emerald City RC, but EM are still at it.
Yeah, they're getting the good 50s right now. The EM just can't get the carries out. They're still getting pressured. The shot's on, and Gojo gets the 4th. What a critical 2-goal lead here for ECRC.
Oh, that is absolutely huge. Another great pass from Toad. We have seen him come up with the goals for Emerald City RC throughout his time in SGL, but this time he is the playmaker, creating goals for his teammates. And now Gojo is on a hat trick as well, and this 2-goal lead is massive as we go into Game 4, unless El Matador come back.
Yeah, something's got to happen right here, right now. With 7 seconds left, we need something to fall in. That defense is not letting anything go. Like a brick wall out here. They are going to take game number 3, take the series lead 2-1 going into game number 4. Absolutely critical game for them to take. putting El Matador on the back, or on the, back of the series, back down to their series life. I forget all the phrases right now.
Oh, you're
My
good.
brain's
You're
gone.
good. There's a lot going on, Debit. You're fine. Speaking of 2-1.
How did the Zoomers do this?
Sorry?
How did the Zoomers do this? This is too much.
Good question. Hey, you know what? You need something to keep you wired. So I got my cup of tea. I have my caffeine in me. I'm wired up and ready to go right now. I don't know about you, Debit.
Maybe alcohol was not the best choice.
Oh, no.
Don't got my uppers. But you know what? Maybe a fatality goal can help bring that in, because that's the tying goal here for KC Cauldron. Down 2-1 off of a pass in the corner from Serrano. They're back into this one with 2.5 to go.
And they needed that too. Caesar getting the lead for EM Dalsburg earlier. Caesar has been leading this side, and that's their strongest trio as well. But now Fatality bringing it back! And Fatality getting his second straight after kickoff. Cauldron take the lead against a Caesar-led EM Dalsburg.
Man, and you thought Wicca was going to get that touch defensively, whether it was against that trailing Smitty or at least just a touch to the corner, but nope, Fatality just kept going up as if it was his own and took care of business. That's 3-2, but before I could even get that sentence off, it's tied once again. The Talisman off of a 50 follows the own path of this one into the net. We are all square.
Caesar 3, KC Cauldron 3. Who knows where EM Dalsburg could have been had Caesar been playing earlier, but he's here, and he has made his presence felt. And EM Dalsburg need to defend because Fatality is back. He gets his hat trick this time, and he gives KC Cauldron the lead once again straight after kickoff.
And we have no time to enjoy anything, but goodness, what a play from Fatality. Getting the ball up to the ceiling, drop it down, get the little pop-up into the corner. That is just brilliant from Fatality. Taking the lead back after that such climactic goal. Oh my gosh, I thought Anam was about to tie it up again. I really thought so. Unfortunately, that one was off target. Now KC get a chance to go back again. It's off the corner, going for the bump, doesn't get one. Maybe a third's gonna pop in. Maybe they're just gonna play the 50. Ends up getting the low shot. Not gonna work out, but now it's a 3v1. That's a good 50 from Caesar. It's open, but nobody's there on the other end, and it goes to the corner.
And speaking of open, Gojo takes the lead for Emerald City RC in this game 4. They're on match point, and that is exactly what they needed. El Matador are once again on the back foot. They keep trying to get to the ball, they keep trying to commit, but there's no one at the back to protect the net in those moments. And ECRC take advantage of that. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, you need to take advantage of everything. This El Matador team, you can just not let them hang around. They're going to be pesty. They're going to be tough to defend. They're going to be tough to, offend. You got to just shut them down whenever you can, and ECRC are using the playbook to their advantage.
Speaking of playbooks right here, El Matador need to get something out of their own playbook because ECRC is doing a valiant job defending against them, and they're controlling this game right now, even though EM are starting to create more and more chances. And they need a goal right now too. They have been stepping on each other's toes for quite a bit in games 3 and even in this game 4, but now their rotations have gone cleaner. They're starting to take charge. And speaking of taking charge, KC Cauldron have taken over a 5th, this time from Smitty, with 44 seconds remaining. Might that be game, set, and match for KC Cauldron?
Could potentially be, we're used to seeing EM Dallasburn get a little bit of a comeback, trying to intercept after getting scored on. But it seems like that 50 from Caesar was the best opportunity for somebody to put it away. But it just wasn't the chance to be. They need something right now because they're only down to 30 seconds. I've seen this team pull off some miracles before, but with time running out, it's just looking slimmer and slimmer.
Oh, they need a goal at this instant, but they're just struggling to create a chance. Anomaly trying to do it all on his own. Caesar getting beaten. Wicca bringing it into the midfield. Anomaly gets beat. The net is open. Smitty misses. Shot from Fatality. And Serrano both. What a save. But it is game, set, and match. KC Cauldron win against EM Dalsburg. And that's what they need to get back into the title. They need to string a series of wins, and they're starting to do that now.
Yep, this is the team we've been waiting for. That strongest three to pop back out here for this KC Cauldron side. They get them out. They get the result against the Burn, even against a strong Caesar, Anom, and Wicca lineup. Critical win for them. 3-1 dub. Perfect for their season. They get to keep it going. But now we got to switch our focus back to ECRC and El Matador, as we are in a Game 4 that could decide El Matador's ending to this one, going down 3-1, or can they make something of this? Luis is looking for a pass, but nobody is on the other end of it. This defense is going to carry the ball out, maybe potentially get an opportunity, but nothing going for them. Wait a second, the shot's up, it's off the backboard, but no follow-up. It's just going to be a 50.
And Luis with zero boost said, that's my ball. Toad recognized what was going on with Luis, takes the ball boost away from that. EMer once again on the back foot. If you caught what I caught as the KC Cauldron EM Dallas Burn was entering the final seconds, you may have noticed that EM had an insanely good goal scoring opportunity, basically an open net. Huey couldn't get it in at the end. And now EM are trying their hardest. They're trying to force this ball into the net to keep themselves in this Game 4, to potentially take us to Game 5. But ECRC are looking so good right now. They're so slick. There's no hope for this El Matador team as we enter the final 10 seconds.
And they need something right now, and there's one pop. We have a couple players with boost. They need to chase that one down, maybe get a 50. No, but Toad slams it down, giving ECRC that 3-1 victory. That shutdown moment that proves that maybe, just maybe, they can salvage this season.
We were waiting for this from Emerald City RC as well. They huffed and puffed. They tried everything they could. They were just struggling to get the results. This one against El Matador, who reinforced themselves with Huey, is huge for them. A 3-1 win at that as well. They needed this so badly, and what a freaking result for ECRC. KC Cauldron as well, needed to string a bunch of wins together. Big result for them too against an EM Dallas Bird that was testing them and causing them a few problems.
Yeah, whenever you play this El Matador team, you always got to look out for your players like Luis that can be game changers. But bringing in a player like Huey, that solid third player, whether it was Skyline or Huey made such an incredible performance today. But even then, ECRC struck that down. They were just like, all right, let's get used to this, shutdown defense that we're used to seeing, deliver our passing plays that we've kind of trademarked in this league, for themselves, even not having Smash on the field. But as long as you got Toad Death and Gojo out there, things will work out. And it did.
It really, really did. Gojo back to his best. Spanky looking so good. And Toad Death is back. It took so long for him to come back to his best, but he is finally here. And ECRC, if they keep playing like this, they'll absolutely be a force to be reckoned with. We've seen this from them in the past too, where they had kind of a slow start. I think this time around, though, they have really struggled in the first half of the season. But if they keep this going in the second half, they'll definitely be up for a strong finish in the league.
They could have been like, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie, and then just all of a sudden switch it up for the back half. That is the best outcome for them. And, it could be. This ECRC team is full of surprises, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god, what a game. What an absolutely great game right here. And an insane game from Cauldron EMDB as well, especially seeing Pico David get a goal. Oh my god. But we got to put that aside real quick because I saw a bunch of EC Eternal players come into the stream as we were going into Game 4 for ECRC and EM. Adifo, Andrea, Funk, all you guys in there. Good to see all of you guys. How did your match go? I'm guessing you guys won, right?
Got the dub. They got it done.
So, Devin, I'm just trying to set up interviews. We have 3 interviews lined up, by the way. It's going to be fun.
Gosh darn. Okay. Went from 2 series, talking about a third one that happened off stream. Man, if we had the opportunity, we would have tried to pull off a 3-person view It would have been insane, but it could have been at least tried to work with.
Yeah,
At least as far as switching games in and out.
it is unfortunate, but you know what? We can't have it all. Some things are too good to be true.
Yeah, it's tough. Can't have it all, but we worked with what we had. Got 2 games up on stream. I'm sure EC had a fun time playing. I hope the subs from LV were really getting used to playing with their new teammates and developing that chemistry together. Forming themselves into that ECD roster who used to take on the best of the best. Hopefully get to see a bit more out of them in the coming weeks as they continue on with this season. But yeah, we will be hearing from a couple players. We're actually going to be starting with the series that just finished, not the one that you saw before just finished with Kansas City and EM Dallas Burn, but rather you're going to be hearing from the winner side of ECRC El Matador, and have him right now. Gojo, welcome on in. Congrats on the dub. How we feeling?
Mario game.
Wait, did he lag for a sec? Or is that me?
Might have.
You sound a little quiet, Gojo, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I've been having mic issues lately.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, thanks for letting us know. Gojo, that was the best performance from your team throughout this whole season. Is there do you guys wish you had this kind of performance coming in earlier, or are you guys just happy enough to kickstart the second half of your season this strongly?
We're just happy to kickstart it this strongly, I guess.
No, that's all good. One thing I'm curious about is, you guys looked like you were all just working in sync with each other. You're passing to each other. Your rotations were crisp. Were you guys practicing a whole lot together over the past few weeks when you guys had little to no games?
Say that again, sorry.
Were you guys practicing a whole lot over the past few weeks? Because you guys look so slick tonight.
Actually, no, and I'm not sure if the guys have. I was on vacation for a little while.
Where'd you go for vacation?
I went back home to Indiana.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I mean, the weather wasn't too bad there, was it?
No, it was pretty good.
There you go.
So in that case, are you a believer of the, don't play for a while buff that you get? Just not playing the game for a little bit. All of a sudden your hands feel fresh, feel like your movement's slick, feel like your air dribbles are solid. Nothing can really go wrong.
Actually, I would say I am a believer in that. Lately, I have kind of set the sticks down more recently. For a while, I was grinding nonstop, but lately, I've been taking at least a few days to even a week and a half breaks. I think it's refreshing.
I actually agree with that a ton. Like, it really feels like you're like resetting your mind and like your hands in a lot of ways. I feel like you can come in with like a fresh perspective. Yeah, and I don't know. There's something like almost rejuvenating about not playing the game for some reason that helps your play. I don't know how to describe it.
Absolutely.
Along that line, I wanted to ask about playing El Matador. They've tended to have your number as of recently, and they also didn't have Kuv this time, but they brought in Huey from EM Dallas Burn. Do you feel like there was a stark difference between like those last 2 matchups that you had against EM, or?
I don't think there is a big difference. Either way, they're a tough team. But I think as long as we play our game, we're passing. I think we can keep up. So, yeah, I don't really see it too much of a difference. They're a good team.
So this looks like your strongest trio, Gojo. You, Toad, and Spanky. Is there going to be any room for Utopia to get some games in with you guys for the rest of the season?
We were kind of just discussing that. We're all kind of just shuffling around, and it always ends up being like who's available most of the time. But being Utopia sat this week, we might see him some more next week.
There you go. Any more questions from you, Devitt?
No, I'm good. Gojo, floor's yours. Shout outs to anybody you got, or I'll leave it to you.
I'm gonna keep this one short. Jeez, you guys. Have a good night.
GG, Gojo.
Hey, have a good night, man. GG's.
Well done, man. Good win.
Shit.
Short and
Reports
sweet.
that it was a Chipotle buff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see Maori in the chat. You found us from the recommendations. Well, welcome on in. So we just played a couple of bangers, both kicking off at the same time. We're just going through the interviews for the matchups right now. So we have one more match coming up after the interviews, so stick around for that. It's going to kick off at midnight Eastern or 9 p.m. Pacific. But we should go into our second interview real quick, David. We're going to be bringing in someone from El Matador this time around. So let's welcome on in Gnostics, aka Indestructible. Gnostics, you guys brought out a strong team to face ECRC, but you couldn't come out with more than 2 points here. Do you guys feel disappointed at that result?
Oh yeah, we feel disappointed. We brought on Huey and we thought we were just gonna run the league, but that's not what happened.
So
you can't just bring in a 7th round pick and just go from there.
Wait, Huey was 7th round? No way.
Go back to your draft, man. You gotta check it.
Oh my god.
Or last round draft.
Oh shit.
Nah, but go ahead, Maz. I cut you off there.
No, I think, while we were playing, we weren't meshing too well, and what I think is like Luis is definitely just this better player, and I think he wants me to be in certain spots, but me, just because I'm not as good as him, I don't even recognize that potential. And I think it was team chemistry, and I mean, I guess that's really it. And there were a couple of plays that I could have done better mechanically. That, I mean, we would have been like a goal up or something, and we would have had a good chance.
speaking of goals, I mean, you guys really struggled to get a lot of goals in this matchup. You mentioned that chemistry was an issue, but when it came to the execution, did you feel like your finishing was off tonight?
I felt like it, yeah. That may just be me, though.
So let's...
Sometimes I get nervous when I'm on camera, I guess.
Lights too bright.
Yeah.
I think we're all on the same boat. Everyone's talked about this at least once, right? Like, where they say they're playing on stream, like, they feel the nerves and the tension, and it's like, oh, now I'm feeling the weight on my shoulders. So you're not alone in that.
Yeah, like I'm playing Comp 3s right now, and I couldn't be more relaxed. Even with this shot on net, just an easy save.
Exactly. You know, there's no outside consequences for this. There's nobody watching about to give you the judgment of all judgments for one play you either make or don't make. I do want to go back to that point you had about that potential with Luis, because I think there is a tendency for a second player on a team to almost have that expectation that things will kind of work out, but that that top player just sort of making the plays every time, even if they're in a little bit of a perilous situation. So it does sometimes cause that second player to almost have a little bit of comfort in not being the top guy, but also there is room to step up.
Yeah, most definitely. And,
Where
and
is
there's
yep.
there's
Go
so
ahead.
much room for me to step up.
Where do you think those biggest aspects are? That step up at least.
On defense. There are a lot of rotational things on defense. Like I can remember one play specifically where I was near post and Luis was on the backboard. He had low boost, but I know how much Luis, I know how comfortable he is going off the backboard. But in that situation, just due to circumstantial, things, he was wanting the near post player to go. He wanted me to go. But me, in my mind, just knowing that Luis is so good off the backboard, I was like, oh, he's got this. But that's not what he wanted in that moment. And so I was unable to recognize that.
So, continuing on with the talk of, chemistry and reflecting on what you guys could have done better. I'm just wondering what the mood was like after that result. Was like everyone feeling that disappointment, or were you guys just trying to shake it off and be like, you know what, we lost, but let's move on to the next match and we'll get back to it? Like, what was the mood after the match?
After the game or after the match?
The whole match after Game 4.
I mean, oh my god, this team just owned gold in our game. I'm ready to step back into the ringer. The vibes are good. I mean, I couldn't be happier that we have Huey. I don't know how the league is set up, meaning how many games we have left, but I mean, now that we have Huey, if we can get a couple more reps in with him, I mean, yeah, it will be amazing.
So we are in week 9 right now. Sorry, Devin. Just want to mention this real quick. We have week 9, so you have 5 more league weeks remaining after this. So 5 more league matches.
Gotcha. Well then, yeah. I mean, we'll definitely be able to show out.
That was actually like leading into my next question with Huey now. Do you feel like it's chip season? Like ready to gun for the top? Like in one way, shape, or form, whether it be the cup or the league? Like I know it's a little bit of an uphill battle as far as the league goes, but it seems like something's got to fall, right?
We have such plot armor right now. I mean, the fact we got Huey this late into the season, and the rest of these games matter so much. I mean, it's beautiful divine intervention.
Couldn't agree more. Actually, well said.
So
I'm excited.
very last question. If you had to pick between the league and the cup, which one would you prioritize at this stage? Or would you still gun hard for both?
Well, we're gun-ho. Any game, doesn't matter. We want it all.
There you go.
Exactly. Don't matter what's in front of you, just go out and play it.
That's it.
So I was going to say that was going to be the end of it, but Skyline wanted to bring up something. He says in chat, don't forget to mention the moans.
I don't really want to. But in the first game, Skyline, we scored or something, and he moaned, and it just like threw me off so hard. I think that's why we lost the series, to be honest.
Oh my
God.
It was so funny.
Dude, that's those moments that can at least get you like a little bit of maybe like you're like in the zone, but at the same time, like maybe like whatever stress you had.
And then he moans. It caught me so off guard. Instantly unlocked.
Oh my gosh. Well, but we'll kill it with that one then. Gnostics, Indestructible, floor is yours. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to the team, shout out Huey, and shout out SGL. Always shout out Maz for the hard work he puts in. Thank y'all for commentating.
Of course. Have a good night.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, bro.
Y'all too. Peace.
Peace. All right. We have one more interview. Yes, one more interview. And that is from the KC Cauldron versus EM Dallas Bird matchup. Chat, do you want to guess who's coming in?
Not that hard to guess. You guys got this. I believe. Typo says he knows.
Oh, he knows. I'll just say it. No
He
one else is
knows.
gonna say it, Adipo.
Nobody wants to speak his name. It's like Beetlejuice. If it's said 3 times, it just appears in front of you. Got it!
You got it, and here he is. Pico David, the goal scorer against KC Cauldron in Game 3. You guys lost, but you didn't get swept once again. How are y'all feeling after that match?
Personally, I'm feeling quite good, actually. I'm feeling amazing today, actually. You know, that goal and not getting swept were just, I think those two went hand in hand. They were very nice. It felt great, man. Scoring that goal, getting not swept, the only team not getting swept all season, feels amazing, man. Just, wow.
Yeah, and it felt like your game was just like, adapt and overcome to whatever was coming your way. I mean, honestly, to go from 8 points to goal scorer is, no easy feat. I think it's sometimes harder to not hit the ball than to hit the ball sometimes in the game. So, how does that describe like your gameplay, like what you bring to the table, like your mental as you go through this? You're going like, damn, maybe the game 1's not the game. I know I got game 2 and game 3.
Honestly, I have no clue how I went from 8 to a goal, an assist, and a save. I have no clue. I'm gonna be frank with you, man. But if I would have to give a reason, it would probably have to just be me like getting adjusted to how KC Cauldron play. I mean, I will say they do tend to demo and bump a lot, which angered the hell out of me. I'm not even gonna lie, but after a while, I was like, okay, I know they're gonna try to go for demos. I'll see like what I can do, and I just okay, I'll do this, and that, and then just went from there. I just adjust over time, but just get the first game more of a warm up, and then 2, 3, 4, just keep on moving. I think that's my mentality right there.
So, you were starting the first 3 games, and it was you, Anomaly, and Wicca. So you had no Caesar throughout those 3 games. Were you guys unprepared for that, or did you have it in your mind that you're gonna have to play differently without him?
We kind of went into the game like, yo, where's Caesar? We had no status on Caesar, so we were like, okay, I guess we'll rock with this team. We'll see what we can do. And I mean, we tried the first 2 games, but then third, we were like, okay, we're not gonna get swept. Let's just get the win out here, and then let's see if Caesar came back. And funny enough, during game 3, Caesar came back. So, we just tried not to get swept, and it worked out. Even I got my goal, so I think we did have to adjust because of Caesar, but we can still work. We have we have enough chemistry. We just have those like little mistakes that we have to like work on, but just besides that, we did have to adjust, but chemistry is there. We can do it definitely.
So you guys did build up a lot of that chemistry. I would ask about that because you notably lost a team member of yours, Huey. Is that a big loss on your guys' end, or with the limited amount of play that you did get to have with them, does it almost feel like maybe you can just bounce back with the roster you have, don't gotta worry too much about the different combos out there? You can sort of just play with the 4 you have right now that you bring week to week. How's the loss of Huey basically like affecting you guys?
It didn't matter to me. It didn't matter.
Damn.
He lost 3-1. He lost 3-1. We lost 3-1. Same result. He would have been on the same team, but still would have probably been 3-1. Hell, it would have been probably worse. In my opinion.
Damn.
I'm gonna be brutal. He is a great player. I will say that. But just on our team, it didn't work. And I don't know what happened, but he just went to the other team. He performed same, and he got the same result as us. So, I don't have much to comment on there. I don't think he was a huge loss, but it's his loss if he wants to go over there. All right.
His loss.
Wait.
Damn.
So it sounds like I was gonna ask if you had no hard feelings, but I'm guessing that's not the case, is it?
Kind of hard feelings because that man has said things that, I'm not gonna say on here, but I've said some things, he said some things to me. I don't like that man, alright?
Say less.
I don't like him.
What the?
I think we could talk about that outside of the stream if you really want to air the dirty laundry, but let's...
Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean, listen, we all love some drama from time to time, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. I think if you want to move on, we can move on. All right, let's move on. So, you've only had one win all season, but you guys have not gotten swept. I mean, you guys are eyeing up that second win at the very least, right? Because you're out of the cup now. You really aren't in contention for the league title. What is your team's goal for the rest of the season?
Just keep on moving forward and get the upsets. I mean, I would love to see a few more upsets in the remaining games, but just move on with the game, see what we can do. Just try to have fun and get upsets, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's the main objective right now.
You know, being the disruptor from that angle, I could totally see it. How all these teams they'll see a rival of theirs, be in like a playoff contention spot or be within grasp of something out there, and all of a sudden they just have like the best game of their lives, just ruin it all for them. So that's your goal, right? Just to clarify, just ruin everybody's hopes and dreams.
Yes,
Nobody's
sir.
happy at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fair enough. So, I don't have any more questions. Do you have any more questions?
I thought I had one in mind, but I think it's escaping me right now. I think I'll have to pass.
Well, I have one last question for you, Pico David. You've been showing these signs of improvement, and you've been stepping up against, these better opponents. What do you attribute that to?
Literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have not played this game at all. I've actually been avoiding this game, matter of fact. I've been avoiding this game. It's just how much it angers me. But, I've been taking a step back. I will say this. In game 1, I did have my 3DS open. I had a game on. So I was kind of distracted on that. I was distracted for a little bit, then I just slapped it closed. But then, I was just checking if the screen was okay, but, I was just not focused. Not really focused on the game right now, so. The improvement, I think it's just natural skill, I guess? I don't know. But, yeah. That's just about it.
Also that break buff, right, Debit?
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta take a little break every now and then. Play
There
a couple
you go.
different games. Where I've seen this dude play Persona and come back and instantly score a hat trick in a game.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, I guess that wraps up our interview. Pico David, thank you for stepping up and chatting with us. The floor is all yours. Go ahead, say what you want to say, and give your shout outs.
Shout out to my team. Y'all played really great. Shout out to Anna for the hat trick. Insane. Shout out to Caesar, Wicca, all of them guys. Shout out to Casey Cauldron. They played amazing. And they kept me on my toes. And just shout out to everyone tuning in onto the stream. It was enjoyable today.
Hell yeah. Good to have you here as well. Good job on getting that goal against the good Casey Cauldron side. Enjoy that. You'll keep getting better. You'll keep going on the up, bro. Keep your head up.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG's, dude. Have a good night.